Welcome, heroes, to the world, universe, multiverse of Nostalgix. I'm Scott Seven, and I wanted to bring you a first look at a brand new TCG that's just about to come to Kickstarter. But first, let's hear a word from the creator himself.
Hey Players Guild, I am Hunter Angel and I'm the game designer of Nostalgix TCG. I have been making custom trading cards for about the past 5 years now and have been playing them for long before that. Since I was 6 years old, I was trading Charizards for Arcanines and hanging my head in shame on the playground when I was in kindergarten. I've been playing these things forever. And I've been a huge fan in pop culture recently of things crossing over and of universes colliding. And I took the love of Pokemon and these earlier card games and this idea of mashing things together and just seeing what happens. And that's where Nostalgix was born, was the cute approachableness of these creatures in a multiverse. So with that in mind, we have spent the past 2 years making the Nostalgix universe, figuring out all 185 cards in base set, figuring out the mechanics, the linking of different things, how we want the game to play, feel, and look. And now we are ready to launch a Kickstarter. In November, we will be launching our Kickstarter for Nostalgix TCG. We have an initial funding goal of $100,000, which I know might sound like a lot. It is, but this will cover enough inventory to get scalpers out of the way, I hope, and get everybody the card game that they deserve in the quantity that they want. So here is some of the stuff we've been doing leading up to that Kickstarter. We've been working on heroes and fighters and making the art look incredible. This is Turnip and Kabu. This is one of our fighters in the game. Behind me is Lucky Frog Merchant. Lucky Frog's kind of become something of a symbol for our game. And over here we have Evelyn, who is a hacker slash ninja, but we'll get into her a lot later. So what we've been doing the past couple months is getting our cards looking production accurate. Just today, actually, I had all the production accurate holographics delivered. We are planning on using a Cosmo foil for our standard rares and a Pillars of Light for our ultra rares. Really hoping these are picking up. We have the Lucky Golden Frog Chase card, which I know a lot of people are going to be wanting, and we do have one exclusive influencer right now who is Unlisted Leaf. This will be our influencer so far, and we are looking for more heroes that we can add on at that level. The influencers that we add will have a dedicated deck box with 5 packs and an exclusive promo of that hero in the box. We are also selling 6 different starter decks, which I have created already using our prototypes and have been playtesting for about the past year now. We have booster boxes of 36 packs. Each pack contains 10 cards. And our rarities go from common to uncommon, rare, void rare, which is like a dark arts version of your favorite fighters, plus full art heroes. And then, of course, the gold card, the chase card, all the scalper and the investor collector's card, the golden lucky frog. So we're trying to hit everybody, but I'm definitely more of a game player. I'm less of a game collector and investor. I like playing the games. So I've been playing Hearthstone a lot, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and trying to get into new card games like AKORA and D-Spirits and MetaZoo, and looking at everything across the spectrum. What plays the best? What do people like? And hopefully, if any of those names sound familiar or you have played those card games, you will like Nostalgix. Take a look. The Kickstarter is launching in November. Otherwise, if you go to linktr.ee/nostalgixtcg. You'll see all of our links. Our direct site is nostalgixtcg.com or discord.gg/nostalgixtcg. Looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you for the support, and thank you again to Players Guild for doing this interview. I absolutely love your work. Here's to the next game. Zaba out.
Alright, guys, so that was the creator himself giving us all of the information. But I wanted to break it down even more, go over the website, what's available, and I'll just talk about this crazy new card game I'm in love with. I absolutely adore the design, the passion, and after speaking with him, and in a pretty in-depth interview I gave with him, back and forth over on Discord, I really do believe in his vision. So, first of all, I want to talk about the cards themselves. Like, these look absolutely fantastic, from the fighters, which we see here, to the heroes, which will come down here and see some of our heroes. They're just so amazing. From the artwork to how this game plays is very very interesting. It's like a mix of Hearthstone and Yu-Gi-Oh with the aesthetic of Pokemon. It's so cool. And we get into these alt arts here. Absolutely fantastic work. The reason I love card games is playing card games. Shockingly, I know. So they have a very great breakdown of how to play this game. I recommend you guys heading over to the website and checking it out. The links will be in the description below, so you can find all of their information. We have two ways of winning, which reducing heroes' life to 0, or getting all 10 shards of the key spark, which, that's really cool. Like, it's a very thematic thing, so I like how there's a different way to win built in, rather than just beating your opponent over the head, which, that is an effective way of doing it. We have different card types. So heroes are the things that embody yourself. Something that the designer has really stressed is that you can have your own custom hero as long as it like matches an effect and health points in the game. So take Lucky Frog Merchant here. Lucky Frog is kind of the mascot for Nostalgix, but he's a hero. We've got once per turn you may pay 1 mana to draw a card, void 2 cards from the top of your deck, and you have 40 health. So I could take that effect and that health and maybe get some of my favourite artists, so maybe talk to some of the AKORA artists and get myself as Aeon made up and become a Aeon the Frog Merchant. So essentially Aeon the one-handed alchemist could be mechanically Lucky Frog Merchant, but I would be my own hero in the game, and I think that is such a cool idea and concept. I know he is working on having your own custom, so you'll be able to make your own custom hero and then obviously get it printed. I know that's in the works. So let's break down the fighters. The fighters are our monsters, our creatures, our battle cards, whatever you want to refer to them as. There are 8 types at the moment in the base set: neutral, water, dark, earth, fire, light, metal, and mystic. Metal is currently my favourite. We'll go over that briefly, but we'll also touch upon that in future videos, because I will definitely be covering this. I absolutely adore it. From the aesthetic, again, to the way the game actually plays, I think it's really fun and unique. We see this a lot with the new generation of card games, right? These are card games designed by people who grew up and played with card games, and I love that. I absolutely adore that. And I think that's why we're seeing such great mix of mechanics come together. Some amazing artwork. The internet has opened up artists all over, and you can see that in their style. And I think Nostalgix really does encapsulate that really well. We have spells, which can only be activated in your turn. Surprises, which are similar to trap cards, and all will cost 3 mana to play, at least in the base set. Equipment, pretty self-explanatory. Equips to your hero, equips to your fighters. That's the kind of, and enhances those stats. And we have arenas, which are like fields. So you can kind of gather from looking at this, the shorthand terms, like the terminology. Nothing is like you can see where the influences lie, right? Like all of this is very familiar to card game players, but in and of itself, it's still simple and easy to pick up and play with. If you've never played a card game in your life, you could see this and you could functionally pick it up, give them a starter deck, and I think you could teach someone in 1 or 2 games very quickly how to play this game. Let's look at the field quickly. I think this is awesome. So you've got your fighters and tokens. Tokens you can have infinite of. It's a pretty nice straight up field. Your hero goes in the middle. You got surprises, equipment, and spells either side of you, 3 of each. You got your prize counters, which are the 10 shards to make up the gate key and win. You got your mana meter, your deck, and then your void, which is your drop zone, the graveyard, the place where things go when they die. And then it breaks it down even further. So again, here's the spells broken down, equipment broken down, surprises broken down. Look at Nerp. Look at Nerp. I just love it. The artwork is fantastic. Squirrel of disintegration, distraction. Sorry, not disintegration. Fighters and tokens. It breaks that down even more for you. And then arenas. And look, there's the nice full art of the hero artwork, which is Lucky Frog there, Lucky Frog Merchant. It also goes on to explain, shockingly, how to play. But we'll cover that in a future video. I'll come over to what really stood out, and this is the reason I literally spent an entire day. Funnily enough, the day I reached out and researched was the day they dropped their first their hero and villain thing. We now have a second one, which I have yet to fully read and look up on. But I spent time just looking through Bisac, and look at that! Look at that! Look at that! It's fantastic! It's beautiful. Um, and it goes into your background, like gives you story on them with some amazing artwork. I'm going to be using this for thumbnails for years. Like it's so cool. Um, oh, we even have a story teaser now. That's new. Um, but then we get this, and I think this is fantastic. So not only do you get the lore of the character, the hero, but then it's like, okay, now here's things to look at that relate to the story, and I think that's amazing. It's just so fantastic that it's super easily accessible, um, and I hope to see this continue, which it clearly looks like they're going to continue. Now, see, we're showcasing more of the cards, and you're seeing this Day Zero, and I know most people are going to be like, "What's Day Zero?" Day Zero is going to be what the Kickstarter prints of the cards are going to be. So it's going to go Day Zero / Kickstarter, first edition, and then unlimited. And as you can see, they have the entire card list pretty much on here already. I just want to go and find my favourite card currently to show off to you all, because I think it's absolutely fantastic, a beautiful piece of design work, and it's as a type of player who comes from all of these card games growing up, it just screams to me. So here we have Gundra, Aegisect, Metamix, and Excalibur. Excalibur? Not 100% sure on how to say that. And you're like, oh, these guys are kind of machines. Yeah, that's cool. Kind of Power Rangers, Sentai vibes. Yep, you're right. So would they form into a Megazord? I think you know where this is going. And here we have him, our rare Gametron, which is a combination of all those previous mecha type metal characters I showed you about. It becomes this, and I think it's amazing. It's such a cool design. I love the aesthetic of it. All of these cards have a bit of lore there, as you can see at the bottom, and I think it's just genuinely a really aesthetically pleasing card design. Just for all of the card designs, look at them; they're all very striking, and it's nice. It's like a mixture of these multiverses and universes and art styles, and I think it leads itself to that creative aspect. And I guess that's the final thing I want to cover in today's video. Our first look at Nostalgix is that they're going to have some sort of influencer campaign, and I think this is a super cool idea. And that the first one's going to be Unlisted Leaf. And as you saw in the video from the creator, that's such a cool concept to me. Not only does it open it to the audiences, but I think the idea of that is super cool. And I think the crossing over of brands like that leads it for some interesting things. Who knows, right? We could see Nostalgix X Metazoo, Nostalgic X AKORA, Galamons, Otherworld TCG. There's so many of these new generation TCGs that I think would be beneficial from helping each other rather than just being competing, right? Because most of these new generation TCGs are passion projects. They are people that grew up playing TCGs like Magic, like Yu-Gi-Oh, like Pokemon. And now we're seeing the new generation of that, and I think it's super cool. And so the last thing I wanted to touch on is the starter decks that are going to be available in the Kickstarter, which are Cluster Fox versus Divine Rule. Personally very interested in the Cluster Fox deck. Turn Up Time versus Singularity. Personally, I'm more interested in a Singularity deck. And then Mystery of Mako versus Huntsman, which, again, Mystery of Mako, that's kind of where I'm leaning to on that one. But we will be getting all of these starter decks, so you can see some gameplay on the channel between myself and Loki. And don't you worry about it. We will have a lot of content for this game, because there is a lot of content already existing, and the game has not launched yet. As we've said, and as you heard from the creator, it is about to go into launch on Kickstarter. So guys, when that is live, we will probably make a follow-up video just showing you what the Kickstarter is, what it has to offer, and what you can expect. And look at all these, so many unlocks. If you want to see lore videos, I'm 100% great at doing lore videos. Like, I would love to do them. I'm going to be doing it for AKORA, so there's no reason I can't do it for Nostalgix. Tried it with Dragon Ball, so you know I am a fan of covering lore. Look at Reload. Look at it. It's fantastic. And we've got Lucky Frog there, which will be the chase card in the set, as it will be a gold rare. So guys, that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed our first look at Nostalgix. Are you interested? What sticks out for you? Let me know what you want to see. We can cut, because we can easily go over the cards. We can easily go over gameplay. And I'm very excited for the future prospect of this game. I think there's something to it. I think the fact that the designer is open to and willing to work with people like this in ways that we haven't seen before, I think is super fun and interesting. So on that note, guys, please do check out Nostalgix. Again, links are in the description below. And by all means, let them know we sent you. And who knows, maybe one day Players Guild will be one of their influencer cards. Who knows? Until next time, guys, I've been Scott Sedman. Please go and check out Nostalgix, and we'll see you soon.